Good morning. So I'm back at working on the front panel here, the hinge panel. So we got it all mocked up the other day, but now we need to finalize it. So we need to get in here, pop some holes, strip it, put weld through primer on it, and get it ready to go in for the final time. We also need to pour 15 up in here to make sure that we're all good for the future. So taking a look at the panel, you can see it's all screwed in across the face here. It's got some screws down along for the seam. Got a little seam right there about that wide all the way up and down it. We're gonna pop holes along here for the rocker panel, and then to adhere these two panels, the inner and the outer panel, we have to go down through here and weld the jamb. So we've got some holes that are gonna go in there. And then we got to clean that up in there, put weld through primer, both surfaces, there and there. So let me get it disassembling this, and we'll start getting it cleaned off, and then we can get it painted, put the screws back in it, and get the holes in it, put the screws back in it, put the holes in it, and be ready for welding together. So here we go. All right, so let's get this thing torn out. Now this panel up here is the firewall. This is all getting replaced. So I don't really care about fixing that up. It's torn in a couple spots. Okay. I'm going to leave this tied together till I get the whole panel out, and then we'll take it apart. But right now I'm gonna take all this off so it loosens in the car. This is that panel. So let's see where the screws come through. This is the seam. So we need to get that all done. Up here, where this connects to this up in here, this needs to be all cleaned up. Clean this seam right here. I need to clean this whole face, and then I'm going to drill some more holes in here so that I can weld them through. So I want this all done with primer too. And then all along this jamb down here where that jamb connects. So I'm also going to do this bottom right here, because that'll be on the rocker, the new rocker. And then I'm going to do along here, I'm going to clean all that up and weld, or put the weld through primer on that as well. So let me get at it. And there's that panel all cleaned up. So I'm using some Eastwood paint prep and paint prep anti-static towels. Now this whole panel is not going to get painted. Only where I cleaned it. So start pitching the ones that won't do it. See that? Right through. So I'm poking a couple holes in here so I can keep that nice and tight while I'm welding the other ones. I can't get a clamp on it, so I need to drill. Alright, let's get in here and do some build welds. Okay, so today I got this all primed and welded together. So it's now one piece. That's all good. We're only bolted down here so that we can get everything squared that way. But up in this pillar, we're welded. I got a couple up here to do, and I got a couple along here to do after this gets removed. So I'm not going to mess with it until I get that out. So I coated it with a etching primer so that, you know, and it's going to be a while before this gets into paint. I don't want anything rusting. So I got a few more to do down in here, but that'll only take me a couple minutes to wrap up. So basically it's prepped for the firewall. So when we get that firewall in, we'll get that in there. I got the old bracket right here, straightened out. So, whoops, there it is, straightened out so it can go back on when we get ready. So, it's coming along. But this, I'm going to end the video here. It's just getting too long. So, panels on. Whew, new panel for the Cuda. Have a good one.